Today makes it 7 days since I moved into my new home, and the first experience I had was silence. Not the silence of the street, even though this street is relatively silent compared to many streets that I know in Port Harcourt, but it was mostly a state of introspection, a quiet in my mind, the feeling of wow, this is actually happening. No, it's not even just actually happening, it's already happened. Like, this is where I live now, this is where I stay now. Like, this is it. It feels awkward, it feels surreal, it feels strange. Just being here feels a tad bit unfamiliar. So I moved back to my hometown, which is supposed to be a familiar place, but at the same time, it feels unfamiliar. It's an old city, but it feels like a new city. I know some streets and some areas, but it also feels like I don't know them. I don't know. Like, there's just something about that. But yeah, majorly, I've just been quiet. I was able to get my laundry done today because when I was paying for this apartment, the landlord had not provided a clothing line at the backyard for me to be able to hang my clothes when I wash them, and they assured me that they were going to. However, they didn't. I was waiting and waiting and waiting, and eventually I had to take matters into my own hands, go find an iron bender, a bricklayer, and some ropes, and I did it myself. And now I'm able to do my laundry. Yay. Aside from that, I also noticed that the last 7 days I have been waking up extremely late, and I'm somewhat of a nocturnal being. Some people call me night crawler. That's how late I could be awake for. Probably around like 2 to 3 a.m. ish and all, but I find myself still waking up at least by 10:30 in the morning if I sleep that late. And sometimes when I sleep earlier than that, which I was doing the past few months, I wake up early enough as well. However, since I moved in, I have been waking up by 12:30 to 1 p.m. every day. And it has been feeling like, what the hell? Like, what do you get done when you wake up at this time? And it's a situation where I'm actually grateful that I'm currently unemployed, which is an irony because it's something I'm not, it's a tag I don't really like. But right now it's serving me because if I was working, then I wouldn't have the chance to rest like this. I feel like my nervous system is finally feeling like it can exhale and relax and rest. I feel like I've been in flight or fight or maybe freeze mode for such a long time. 2025 was a very heavy year for me. I lost 8 friends in 2 days. It was just a lot of betrayals that had happened that I was just finding out about within that time, and all 8 of them had to go. I also had a romantic relationship breakup last year, and before that, the relationship was so heavy. Lots of things were happening as well. I also did a wrist surgery that caused me to be immobile for a while. So I had to be dependent on someone else for feeding, for brushing my teeth, for taking a shower, for everything pretty much, getting dressed, even lying down to sleep and all. That was also heavy, and this were happening simultaneously. I also was doing 2 courses at the same time. So I had one that I did from Monday to Friday and another that I did from on Saturdays and Sundays. So I didn't have any free day. I couldn't miss those classes. I had to deal with all of these emotional baggages, betrayals, heartbreak, and all. It was also a situation, a time when I also found out that my plans to relocate abroad were going to come to an abrupt end, and it was a very disappointing situation as well. And yeah, it had been a heavy year, like the whole of the year. So I've been carrying 1 year of heavy load, heavy baggage, and then adding up to that, doing house hunting around the same time because I had a deadline. It's either I moved out early enough or I would have to renew my renting pot in Abuja, and I knew I wasn't going to be in Abuja again. So that meant I had to quickly get my rent things sorted out so that I can relocate to Port Harcourt. So all of these things were happening at the same time. And then I finally got the house, and then the house came with its own issues. There was network issues which I didn't notice at first. It's a situation where you have to be in strategic positions for you to have internet. Right now, where I'm filming from, there is network here. Once I come closer into the house, then the network disappears. So I have to be sitting in front of windows or be in my balcony or outside out the door, but never in a very comfortable situation. And I haven't even sorted that out yet because I can't even be bothered about that yet. I had plumbing situation as well. My house started to smell of sewage gas. It wasn't going away, and it stank. I tried reaching out to the property manager to help me sort out this issue. They kept saying their plumber was in Calabar. I should wait. And days turned into weeks, turned into a month, and the plumber wasn't around. So I had to take matters into my own hands, get the plumber to sort all of that out. He had to break some floors, something about the seal, like water seal not being available, and he had to fix all of that and all. So that cost me more money. And then there was also the electricity situation. When I did the house hunting, I was house hunting from Abuja while my sister here, already here in Port Harcourt, came to view the houses for me. I was on video call with her. We saw light. They assured us that there was always light. And after I paid and I moved my things in, I realized that there was never light. I couldn't stay there. I hated the fact that I'd already relocated from somewhere I felt was more structured, and I'm now back in Port Harcourt. And the least you can do is at least give me your normal light, bring it and take it. And now you're telling me that there's never light. So I waited. They told me the lights will come in 1 week, in 2 weeks. Same thing with the plumbing situation. And at some point, I just was like, I know that I don't have the energy to start house hunting again. I don't have the energy to pay any more inspection fees, caution fees, movement fees, drinking money fees, agency fees, legal fees, and all that. I didn't have the energy to pay my transport to and fro, going from one place to the other, house hunting. Like, I knew I couldn't do it. So I took out of the savings that I was supposed to use for getting my braces. I have a teeth here that needs to be fixed. Like this one needs to come up, and I'd been saving up for that. So I planned that in January I would finally get this procedure done. But I had to use it to get an inverter system, like a mini solar system that would at least allow me power my laptop, my fan, and lights and all. After all of this was sorted, I finally moved in. I think I am looking forward to what life holds for me as I'm back here. I want to just see how this plays out, how life unfolds. It's been daunting and exhausting to be starting over not just in one area but in several areas. So I'm starting over in a new city, an old city that feels new. I'm starting over with YouTube. I'm starting over in friendships. I'm starting over even in my relationship with God, because the past few months I have just been so weary and so tired that I had dropped all the activities that I would do for my faith. Yeah, that's just pretty much it. 7 days is too short a time to start saying, oh, this was up, this was up. But this is just like in an update of my 7 days in this new house. So until next time, I love you guys. Bye.